Whenever we have a Range Rover Velar in our prestige collection, it's always a lovely example. Every single version of these cars which is on the street and on the market seem to have been beautifully spec'd, and it certainly helps that these are fantastic looking cars to begin with. What is particularly rare to find though is what this is. A single owner car from brand new in 2018. It's a Velar R Dynamic S with the 3-litre SD6 engine, and that engine in particular is extremely impressive when it comes to combining very good fuel economy, certainly in particular for a 4x4 of this kind of size and space, but with very, very strong numbers as well in terms of power and torque, making of course a fantastic family car, but also potentially an excellent holiday vehicle as well. Now, as you can tell, this particular car is finished in Santorini black, a classic colour for both Land Rover and Jaguar models. It's a single owner vehicle as mentioned, and as you would safely assume, given that it's clearly been well loved, it has a full Land Rover service history behind it, of course, still has those original 2 keys and its book pack intact, and of course it's very, very well equipped as well, with cruise control, Meridian sound system, parking sensors of course, reverse camera, power opening and closing boot of course, dual zone climate control, built-in Wi-Fi. But to go back to that engine, not only does it have a very healthy amount of horsepower, 300 in particular, but a huge amount of torque. 516 foot-pounds is legitimately more than most full-size Range Rovers and Range Rover Sports to come before this generation of car. At the same time, of course, a huge advantage of this generation of Land Rovers across the board is their massively improved efficiency. Gone are the days of a Range Rover being a thirsty beast. These can actually average up to 43 miles to the gallon, which is shockingly good for something with this kind of size, certainly road presence and absolutely space for passengers and definitely loading room in the back as well. The most hilarious cherry on the cake for these cars though is their yearly road tax. Because of how efficient those 3-litre engines are, despite having huge amounts of power and torque, these are hundreds upon hundreds of pounds a year cheaper than many other 4x4s on the market, including some older Range Rovers. It's not uncommon these days to see even vehicles with a similar amount of power to this being as high as £730, £740 a year to tax. This in comparison is £190. So if you are on the market for a Range Rover Velar, certainly for under £21,000 in a lovely spec inside and out, then this is a lovely example of one which has clearly not only been loved, but more importantly been taken very good care of. So of course, if you would like to reach out regarding it, you could send us an email to the address shown here on screen, or of course give us a call on 01749 871 155 or on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.